G'day guys, Az here, and today I want to talk to you about Bungie's current stance on player numbers in Destiny 2 and what I think needs to change. We've learnt over the last few months Bungie's decision to change Destiny's PvP player count from 6 to 4. Bungie's marketing director Eric Osborne had a few words to say about it.
The specific tactics are really born out of the experiences that we create. So each game is a little bit different. I think one of the things that sort of feathers through all the experiences is user-generated content. We look at what people are doing, what they're enjoying inside of the experience, and we try to amplify that.
He also sat down with Eurogamer a few months back and said the following. The reason behind the decision was basically because it felt really good as we started to dig into 4v4, as it allows fundamental team play that is vital to the Crucible. It also became something that was really great for players who don't play a lot of PvP, or for new players to come in and be able to read what's going on better. So basically anyone can come in, pick it up, play, and learn the ropes to determine what was happening at any given moment. That, we think, satisfied both ends of the spectrum. And I, for one, agree with this sentiment. Oftentimes in Destiny's Crucible, I find myself playing solo, and especially in game modes like Control, I feel like a lone wolf exploring the map, doing what I can do to take the points and push forward, but ultimately it always felt like it was every man for himself, chasing that top spot at the end of the round. So I really do hope, and I am excited for, that really high stakes team play, much like the incredibly enjoyable Trials of Osiris. So yeah, my fingers are crossed, and all we can do is wait and see in the meantime. Unfortunately for Bungie, we're not here to rave on about the improved team play and mechanics of Destiny 2's PvP. This is about what happens after the fact. Your 4-man team has now completed the bounties or missions and you've decided you want to go out and run some PvE, except there's one small problem. And I'm sure you're all aware of the fact by now. Strike's a 3-player. So what happens next? Well, to answer that question, we first have to find out why Bungie chose 3 players in the first place. And, well, apart from the obvious, well, there's only 3 classes as, do you even Destiny? Bungie have officially stated in the past that, when they experimented with larger fire teams, the end result was a run and gun sprint from checkpoint to checkpoint. 3-man fire teams strike the right balance so that players don't move too fast through the game. Bungie's community manager Deej has also spoken about the subject. I imagine we could do more than 3, but doing more tends to lead to a social dynamic where you just kinda turn into a mob, running through, shooting everything in your path, sprinting to the end of whatever you're doing. The term we use for that around here is Clown Town. Now these comments were made during Destiny 1's development, which, as you all know, has a 3 or 6 player dynamic. So, a full fire team of 6 could go away, split into 2 3-man teams and go on their merry way to run a strike playlist together. We no longer have that number synergy. This design oversight means that with 4-man groups, there's always going to be one odd man out when switching game modes, which I can see not going down too well between friends. I mean, what do? Do you play the short straw? Or do you have to split up the fire team into 2 teams of 2 and have a matchmake with a random? To me, this doesn't make any sense whatsoever, because at the end of the day we buy these games to play with our friends. If we can't play with our friends, then what's the point in playing at all? In other 4-player games such as Borderlands or The Division, the game scales health and difficulty on the number of players in the party, something Bungie has actively done in the past with players preferring to run Nightfall solo over fire teams because of the health scaling. And of course, raids being a 6-player activity, the technology is most definitely there to increase the number by 1 in regular PvE. As you can see in the following clip, just recently in the Destiny 2 beta, a player by the name of DJ Sorrento managed to record the game glitching 8 players into a regular strike, which I think would be bloody awesome. I mean, I'd love to see them look into 8-man raids somewhere in the future. And I know, when it comes to raids, they have to throw out all the strategies and mechanics that they've already done for 6 players and make it for 8 players, but it would be amazing. Like, how much more fun would it be having 8 people opposed to 6? Well, that's just my opinion anyway, but hey, the more the merrier. If there's anything I've missed or you'd like to leave your opinion, whack it down below and give us your take on the situation. If you want to hear my thoughts or see any more Destiny related content in the future, be sure to subscribe as I'll be covering it a lot more frequently moving forward, especially as the PC release approaches. But for now, I'll see you next time.